Crisis management is the process companies use to respond to short-term and immediate shocks such as accidents, disasters, catastrophes, and injuries. It is not easy to generalize about how to manage in a crisis. It is true that every corporate crisis is unique. That is to say, the underlying circumstances are unique. The individuals who are involved are unique to that company or that organization. The facts, the timing, and anything else going on in the marketplace is unique. Therefore, every situation has to be managed on its own terms. There are, however, certain characteristics that emerge time and again. Now, 4 characteristics define a crisis. Number 1 is surprise. Surprise is the single most defining characteristic of a crisis. The organization is not ready for the event. It happens without warning, and managers are left trying to react to events beyond their control. Number 2 is lack of information. Crises often put managers in the position of needing to act, but having to do so without reliable information. Today, most managers operate in an information-rich environment, but when a crisis strikes, managers may be forced to act quickly without full and complete information. Number 3, escalating pace of events. A crisis does not wait until a company is ready for it. Once a crisis begins, it often sets in motion a chain of events that increases in number and complexity for the company. Number 4, intense scrutiny. During a crisis, the world is watching every move executives make. In the normal course of business, managers make decisions on the basis of research and analysis, extensive consultation with experts within the company, and careful deliberation, and they do so in private. During a crisis, every single decision is closely scrutinized and subject to immediate assessment by the media, government officials, and many other external stakeholders. Crisis management is management in a fish bowl. Feedback comes quickly, whether as praise, criticism, or condemnation. This makes it very hard for managers to internalize the feedback they are receiving and evaluate what others are saying. It is possible to really manage a crisis. That is the question. Is it possible to really manage a crisis? Although managers are at a disadvantage, there are a number of principles that experts believe help minimize the impact of a crisis on the organization. And since no two crises are ever alike, managers can only try to learn the lessons from past crises to be more prepared for the future. Advisors to companies that have been caught in crisis have learned some lessons that enable us to define some guidelines and suggestions. Still, a company's executives often have to rely on their own good sense and instincts for dealing with stakeholders when facing a crisis. Log on to my website www.asifjmeet.com. I also invite you to visit my blog at asifjmeet.wordpress.com. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.